Hey guys, Will Hayden here. I just want to welcome you to Lake Point Youth Online, and I hope to see you in the near future.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Ryan. I'm the newest youth leader on staff with Lake Point. Looking forward to meeting you guys, connecting with you guys. Hope you guys are doing alright doing this whole COVID thing. I'll see you guys around. Take care.
Hey guys, it's Ben and Aaron.
Hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas vacation and an even better New Year.
We miss you guys and we look forward to getting together with you guys in our Connect group soon.
So even though we're in quarantine and just getting chubby and eating lots of candy and stuff like that, we hope that we have a chance to connect with you in the coming weeks.
Try not to eat too much. We'll see you soon.
Hey guys, Megan here. Hope everyone had a safe and healthy and happy Christmas and New Year's this year. Welcome to 2021. Hope everyone's having a great time with online school so far. I know I'm loving online university, so right there with ya. Yeah, we're looking forward to everything that's happening tonight. We're happy to have you back at Lake Point Youth and looking forward to everything happening in the upcoming future until we can have you guys back with us again in person.
Hi guys, it's Kiana. I miss you and I hope you had a great Christmas and a happy New Year. While I wish we could be together in person, I look forward to meeting with you in our Connect groups and having tons of fun during Lake Point Youth Online. See ya!
Hey, it's me. It's your boy, Zeke. I'm going to be in the chat every single week, so I'm hoping to see you all there as well. Should be a great time. Looking forward to it. Get the memes going, and we're planning a games night, so if you think you can take me, stick around. You start by saying the title.
Welcome to Cooking with Jaquavius Contavious in Dr. Octavius Hall. Today
we will be making juice by Minute Maid. We have a sponsorship and everything. It says cranberry punch. We will read how healthy this is. What is the first thing listed? Filtered water and sugar. So we know this is not healthy and we could get diabetes from one sip, but we will take the risk. Open her up.
Oh, okay. So now, we will pour this into the cup. Alright.
That was planned.
Alright, now Dr. Octavius
Make sure it's all
John.
cleared out. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Then just like counterclockwise, 360 degrees. Just start twirling it around. You want to make sure you get a good spin on it.
Mix vigorously.
Mix vigorously? Okay. Good spin, 360 degrees. Like you want a whirlpool in there. You want to hear this noise every time. You want to take over?
Sure.
Okay. As you can see, he's going the other way. It's going to be a whirlpool.
So good.
This is good. And let's see how much 295 milliliters turned into all of this. And it's quick and easy. Takes at least a minute to 3. Don't know, because we're not done yet. Do you think it's ready?
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, it's good.
Okay. So, we have 2 cups. Don't want no germs colliding together. And now, yeah. Okay, here.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna taste this. It's gonna be really good. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. You can really taste the cranberry. I give this a good 7.5 out of 10.
Got in my nose. Oh.
It went up my nose when you said that. Thank you for watching.
Tune in next time to Cooking with Jaquavius Contavious and
Yeah.
Dr.
Octavius. I think. Yep.
Peace.
Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Lake Point Youth. My name is Pastor Ethan. I'm so excited that you're tuning in live today. This is my pal, Nicholas. He's our co-host today. Make sure you say hi in the chat. Say, what's up, Nicholas? How's it going?
It's going good, guys. We're back here in the auditorium.
We are live on the Lake Point stage. So excited. Hey, listen. There is one thing that you need to do on Youth Online, and that is to live in the chats. You just got to be typing in there, saying hey to your friends, talking to leaders. Just tell me about the weather at your house. Tell me how lockdown is doing. We want to see you in the chats. We got you live with us. Nicholas and I, we're live right now. It's a little delayed for us, but we're still going to see you in the chat. So make sure you're living there. That's where the excitement is going to be. And Nicholas, what is your, the one thing that you're looking forward to tonight? What would that be?
It's got to be the segments, guys. I'm in all of them, and it's going to be amazing.
Yep. Nicholas is in every single piece of Youth Online tonight. So you're going to be seeing a lot of him. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, so you can be the judge of that, and you can even join in the chat and say, Nicholas is amazing. He should be here every week. Or you could be like,
he's got to quit.
Maybe not. Yeah. So you can do that in the chat. Get some banter going on. It's going to be good. But let me tell you what you can expect tonight. We've got some interactive games. We've got some hilarious segments by Nicholas and Owen. We've got a brand new message series. And I don't know if you saw this on Instagram or Facebook earlier, but we actually have an Apple product giveaway. So you could go home with some serious Apple products, and it's going to be amazing.
Is it still called going home if they were never here?
Right. We're online.
So are we mailing it to them?
We could mail it to them.
We could.
Yeah, and it'll just get lost in the mail.
And it's at my house.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Hey, Nicholas, why don't you tell everyone what you want to see in the chat tonight?
I just want to see every time we make a mistake, anything happening, you got to roast us. Be brutal. Boom, roasted, no matter what happens.
There you go.
I can take it. Never been hurt in my life.
Yeah, Nicholas has thick skin. He doesn't get embarrassed, but there is one other person on stage, and maybe not so much. So I'm just going to ignore the chat. If you roast us, Nicholas might read it out loud, and it might hurt me a little bit, but that's what Nicholas wants. So I don't know. That's what's going to happen.
I'll try and read them all.
Yeah, we'll try and read them all. All right. We're going to play a game. We're going to play a game with you. And so if you're watching, this game includes you jumping in the chats. And it's a game, and it's an amazing title, okay? The game is called The First Person to Comment the Answer in the Chat is a Winner. So basically, what we are going to do is we're going to ask you 2 questions. And the first people that answer those questions right are going to be our winner.
They're going to get a grand prize.
A grand prize. What is the prize?
Crisp high five through the screen, guys.
A crisp high five through the screen.
It's got to be crisp.
That is the best prize in the world.
It's the only one.
Yeah, don't high five too hard though, or else we might fall off our stools.
And there might be no screen left.
And you may not have a screen, and then you wouldn't be able to jump in the chat, and that would not be good. But Nicholas, why don't you tell us the 2 questions? And those of you, watching, you actually have 4 minutes to answer these 2 questions. And during those 4 minutes, we're going to go into a segment of Nicholas and Owen reading us some amazing content. And so you've got 4 minutes to answer them. And then when the segment is done, we're going to jump back, read all your answers, and then give away a pretty sweet prize of
course.
Screen air high five. So tell us the 2 questions, Nicholas.
Question 1. I have 2 dogs. What color is their fur? It's not a trick question. They both have the same colored fur.
Yes.
Question 2. What is my current grade in French? I might know. I might not.
Yeah.
We'll find out today.
Yeah. So fun fact, Nicholas actually doesn't know what his grade is in French because he hasn't been told. So when you comment, he's just going to pick a grade that he wishes he had or that he thinks he has, and then that's just going to be the winner. So it's kind of like, it might be a surprise for everyone, even us.
It will be a surprise.
Yeah.
Roast us now.
Yeah, roast Nicholas. Okay, question number 1, just to repeat. Question number 1 is Nicholas has 2 dogs. What are the color of the fur of the dogs? It's the same color, just to clarify. Question number 2, what is Nicholas's current grade in French class? You've got the next 4 minutes to figure that out as we head into the next segment. Check it out.
Welcome back to Fun Time Reading with this new book here, Uncle John's Unstoppable Bathroom Reader by the Bathroom Readers Institute. This will be a fun time. We have the same book, okay?
We do?
We do.
Okay.
And now we'll flip to a random page. We have 2 different pages.
Alright, can I go first?
You can go first.
Measure for measure. Air Canada's 4767s were unique in another way too. They were the first jumbo jets in the entire fleet to use the metric system instead of the traditional British imperial system of weights and measures. Canada began phasing the metric system in 1979, and now Air Canada's air fleet has beginning to make the switch. This 767's fuel was measured in kilograms, not the imperial pounds. So what he's saying is, when life is like a Canada's 4776767, he means like you're gonna have your ups and downs, just like how planes go up and down from place to place. You're gonna go from place to place, like from your home to school.
To the other places.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes you crash. Still trying to figure out what that means.
I will go now, okay? Yeah. And just letting you know, I can't read, so if I must say a word, it is school's fault. Don't feed the human. Adam Zaretsky knows what it's like to live in a fishbowl. He's on exhibit at the zoo. Zaretsky is known as Zed, species Homo sapiens. In the Workhorse Zoo exhibit, his home is an 8x8 foot glass room he shares with albino frogs, families of mice, microscopic worms, and yeast. I'm actually trying to blur the boundary between what is human culture and what is reality, said 34-year-old San Francisco conceptual artist Zaretsky, while stretched out on an ambulance gurney that he used for a bed. Julia Riodica, who was Zaretsky's teaching assistant while he served as a visiting professor at San Francisco State University, is the zookeeper. As a serious researcher, I am finding Zed temperamental and unpredictable, observed Riodica. Clad in a Boy Scout uniform with long zip-up black go-go boots, when agitated, he throws rubbish against the windows. And what this is trying to tell you, we all belong in a cage, some way or another. We have a cage.
Agreed,
use
brother.
it. Let's go again. Now, this time I will go first.
Deal.
The Animal Kingdom. This one should be good. The crow population of Woodstock, Ontario, grew so large that the residents started complaining to the city council about the noise. The council solution? Frequent bursts of fireworks to scare the crows away. Bill Petit, Jr. of Southampton, New Jersey, recently opened his 335-acre farm to bird hunters. Petit is a veterinarian. While driving through Versailles, New York, Wendy Main saw 5 dogs attacking a cat. She stopped the car, honked the horn, and scared the dogs away. Then she accidentally ran over the cat. You may be wondering what all this means. We want to be happy. Animals ruin that. So here's what you do. You pretend to help them. And in the end, boom! You help yourself.
Alright.
Yep.
Yep.
And this book cost us $25.95 Canadian. And it is a humor/reference book. It is very important that you get this. It will help support us in our new apartment.
This is also sponsored by Rusty's Medicated Bumper Ointment.
Please help us.
Well, hey everyone, we love seeing all of your comments in the live chat. Nicholas and I were just reading through them and just having a good chuckle, mostly because no one guessed the color of the fur right. Like, people were guessing like white and brown.
Ombre purple.
Ombre purple.
Don't even know what ombre is, though.
It's like, I think ombre is like two-tone. Like when you color your hair and the top is dark and the bottom is blonde.
It's not that.
It's not that. Your dogs are not ombre.
They're not ombres.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull up my phone and read through some of these chats because they're absolutely amazing. And Nicholas, he's going to start looking for the correct first responses to those questions. So, dog fur, brown and white by Ricky. Nope, wrong. I see lots of I see some -3s. Sydney said -3. I don't know what that is. What else do we got here? I saw Zeke said, what is F
what
as a
is
grade
F in French?
In French. I thought that was amazing. That would probably be my guess too. So good job, Zeke.
I'll ask my teacher today.
Yeah, you should clarify what your grade is, especially since there's 2 more weeks till your quadmester is done.
But if she never tells me, I'll never get it wrong.
But you might fail and not know it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get
We'll
there.
cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. This is amazing. Tristan said 57%. Nicholas, sorry. A lot of people are like, what's this music from? It is not from Frozen, guys. You need to rewatch Frozen because it's not from Frozen. It's actually from The Tonight Show. When they do, I forget what it's called.
Reading the letters?
The thank you letters. Like, he's like, I'm going to write some thank you letters. And then he goes, and then that's the music that we were playing. Yeah.
I would love to say I love the comment where Tristan wrote, the cold never bothered Nicholas anyway, because I was wearing shorts today with sandals and no socks while it was snowing. Yeah, you're a shorts and no socks guy. It's weird. You're wearing pants today, which is shocking to me. I knew I was on camera. Yeah, so that's a good call, actually. Okay, Nicholas, have you picked 2 winners? What color is even left by Aaron? What color is even left by Aaron? That's the correct response you're going with? No one else got it right. No one else got it right. Okay. For everyone watching, what is the actual color of your 2 dogs? Dirty blonde. Dirty blonde. Nicholas sent me a photo of his 2 dogs, and it's a really weird color. It's like faded tan, yellow, brown, white-ish, all mixed together. It's like a beige rainbow. A beige, that's amazing. Beige rainbow. But nobody guessed beige rainbow, so no one's getting a crisp air screen high five for that one. Sorry, everybody. But what about question number 2? Did anybody get that one right? Well, we don't really know because you don't know your grade. But I am going with what is an F in French because it made me laugh. Yeah, it made me laugh too. Because it's probably true. Yeah, probably. Probably is. You've mentioned your French class a couple times, and yes. That's why it would be my guess too, that it was an F. So yeah. So there you go, beige rainbow for question 1, and what is F in French for question 2? If you got anywhere close to that, congrats, but no one really got it right. So should we just air? Oh, Zeke, yeah, because he did the second one right. He did. So Zeke, if you're out there, hand up. And we're going to count down from 3, and we're going to air high five you through the screen, but not too hard because we might fall over and you might break your screen. Okay, here we go. Are you ready, Nicholas? 3, 2, 1. That was amazing. I didn't feel anything. I felt it. You felt it. Knew it was there in my heart. You pointed at your head and then heart. Head, heart. You felt it in your heart. Yeah. Someone needs to roast him in the chat right now. I also failed science. He failed science and is failing French. He might be, some of you grade 8s watching, he might be hanging out with you next year or the year after. It will happen. Yeah. Don't worry. Yeah. But I'm chill. Yeah. I guess. Okay.
Okay, that was amazing. Thanks for commenting. Love that you're jumping in on the chat. But I want to talk really, really quickly about what connect groups look like during the lockdown. So if your leader hasn't contacted you yet, we are actually going to do in-person connect groups at the church throughout the week. And so what that looks like is your leader is going to send you a text, or they're going to give you a call, and they're going to say, hey, we're meeting on such and such night at this time, and it's going to be amazing. They're going to be an hour long. And if you're at home right now and you're kind of uncomfortable being with other people during the lockdown, we get that, totally understandable. And so we actually have an option where you can Zoom in to your connect group when they're hanging out with the church, so you're not going to miss out at all. You can still connect.
On nothing. You're going to be here the whole time with us, doing everything that we do, but better because you never had to leave your home.
Yeah. Exactly. You can rock your pajamas. Well, you can rock your pajamas here too.
Yeah.
But
thing is, at home you don't have to wear socks.
You don't have to wear. Nicholas doesn't wear socks anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. All right.
Shoes.
Cool. So, just again, if your leader hasn't contacted you yet, stay tuned over the next couple days, and they're going to reach out with your connect group time and when you're meeting throughout the week, and whether that looks like on Zoom or in person, you can still stay connected during lockdown. All right, we've got a video to show you. We're going to move into a segment where Nicholas and Owen tell us the most awful, annoying song ever recorded in history. Check it out.
Man, I'm just wondering, what's the worst song, like the most annoying song of all time? Do you know it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
You know the song with Flo Rida where it's like, shawty cook them apple bottom beans?
That's a bop. You know, that, at a wedding, I like straight up took the whole dance floor, did the worm and everything. I was 4, but it was fire. That's not the worst song possible.
I can't.
We gotta look it up. Okay, you got your phone on you?
I do not.
Okay, well I got my phone on me. Let's look it up.
It's a long password.
That's what I said. It's called In the 80s by Crazy Frog from 2005. Here are the lyrics to this lit song. You ready?
Yeah. Ring ding 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 da ba ba ramba ba boom ba ba roomba. Wow wow, what's going on ding ding. Source lyric find full lyrics.
Yeah, you hear that?
That was amazing.
Just imagine that with like tons of auto-tune and a frog on a rocket.
What's going on?
Ding, ding. Crazy. Ding, ding. Bam, bam. Ding, 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 ring, bam, 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 ring, ding, ding, ring, oh, oh, ring.
We are not going to listen to it though, because I've already heard it and I can tell you. That's right. But if you want to listen to it, it's up to you. It's In the 80s by Crazy Frog. Goodbye.
All right, there you have it. The most annoying song ever produced in the world, Crazy Frog. I think anything by Crazy Frog is the most annoying song in the entire world. If you agree, comment in the chat. I saw in the chat a couple of you commenting, Never Gonna Let You Down. Yes, agree, totally annoying song. Nicholas, if you had to pick a song other than anything by Crazy Frog that is the most annoying, what would you choose?
Adele, like Rolling in the Deep.
Yep.
Like when you have to like do Swim to Survive as a kid, everyone just kept doing that because we had to do the rolls.
Yep.
And I started hating the song.
Yep.
But I got rickrolled in the chat.
You got rickrolled in the chat.
I got
Yeah,
rickrolled.
you did. Yeah, you did. I think, and a lot of people aren't going to like me for this, but I think anything by any of the Jonas Brothers would be the most annoying, overplayed song ever recorded.
That hurt me. I listen to their music.
You listen to their music?
I do.
We cannot be friends anymore.
I'll take the youth. You can take.
Next week, I'm getting a different host.
Huh?
Yep.
That was a gasp.
So there you go. If you like Nick Jonas or any of the Jonas Brothers, we can no longer be friends because that's just how it works in the liking music world.
What if I am Nick Jonas?
Then excommunicated.
Wow.
Yeah. You can text me though.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, we are in a moment, we are going to transition into the teaching portion of Youth Online. And we're actually starting a brand new series tonight called Vibes. And we're talking about our moods. We're talking about our emotions. We're talking about all the feels that we have about everything and everyone. And this has been a crazy year. 2020 has been crazy. We're coming into a year that we thought would be better, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be better. And I know that, I know you feel a lot about that. And so we're going to talk about our emotions and our feelings. And it's my hope and it's my prayer that your vibes, that your mood, that your emotions doesn't control you, but you can control what you're feeling and what's going on around you. When I told Nicholas about this series, I don't remember the exact words you said, so you can correct me if I get it way wrong. But I was like, yeah, it's going to be about emotions and controlling and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh my goodness, that's amazing, because sometimes I'm really, really happy and then I'm not.
That's true.
Yeah. So if that's you out there, I'm super, super excited for this series. I think it's going to speak to where we're at right now, and it's going to be good. So let's play the video. Check it out.
When I say the word control, what comes to mind? Probably nothing good, right? Most of us don't have all the positive vibes when we think about that word. Why? Well, because nobody wants to be controlled. Absolutely nobody. Like, who wants to be told what to do? Again, no one. In fact, I bet you feel that more than anyone else. You likely have a curfew, you've got driving restrictions, school attendance, grades and deadlines. You've got rules at home. There's always that one teacher who controls when you can and can't take bathroom breaks. Imagine it feels like everywhere you turn, someone is trying to have control over you. And that is incredibly annoying. I think most of us would agree that we don't love the idea of being under someone's control or being told what to do. We all want to do what we want to do when we want to do it. It's part of being human. But here's the thing. As much as we resist the idea of being under control, all of us are, every single one of us. We probably wouldn't say it this way, but all of us are controlled in some way or another by our emotions, our moods, by our vibes. If you've been around young kids, you know that this is true. Take away their snack or ask them to share their toy, and you'll feel the bad vibes very, very quickly. But it's not just a child thing. It's a teenage thing and an adult thing too. Think about it. How many times have you seen an adult let their emotions get the best of them? Probably more than a few times. And I'm guessing you can remember a situation where you let your emotions get the best of you too. Maybe you got in an argument with a parent and you said or did something in the middle of that argument that led you to getting grounded and your anger took over. Or maybe you said some pretty terrible things about another person because jealousy took over. And you look back and you think, what was I doing? That doesn't even sound like me. You see, sometimes our emotions take control. And when that happens, we don't always make the best decisions. In fact, before we go any further, I want you to think of a negative emotion that has the most control over you. What's the one emotion that when you feel it, it almost always seems to take over? What's the emotion that shows up most often, sometimes without even realizing it? Is it anger? Is it anxiety? Is it jealousy, loneliness? Is it guilt? I mean, the list could go on and on. We all have one. But chances are, we've learned in some way or another how to monitor this emotion. We can kind of cover it up when we need to. You know, we might slam the door at home when we're angry, but when a teacher makes us mad, we don't. We may let jealousy control us when it comes to an ex, but we don't do anything like stalkerish about it. So we can monitor our feelings and emotions to a certain degree, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But us monitoring our emotions, is that the solution? What if there was a better way? What if there was a solution that went beyond just monitoring? The thing that I love about Jesus is that so much of what he teaches is helpful for everyone, whether you consider yourself a Christian or not. And this topic is one of those areas. And Jesus invites people to do something that goes way beyond monitoring our emotions. And the cool thing is that if what Jesus says is true, then it has the potential to make us free from our emotions. Isn't that what we all really want? Freedom? We don't want to be controlled by anyone or anything, including our emotions. And it seems like Jesus is offering a solution to that. So we're going to check out a passage of scripture, and it begins with Jesus and his disciples, which were like his 12 closest friends. It's found in the Gospel of Mark. The Pharisees and the religious leaders, they're asking Jesus a question, and they're known to be really, really religious. And this is what they ask. Why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders instead of eating their food with defiled hands? In other words, why don't your disciples wash their hands before they eat? Gross, right? Like, who doesn't do that? But you have to understand that back then, there was very little water. And when you did have some, you weren't thrilled at the idea of pouring it all over your hands. But it was bigger than just hygiene. The Pharisees were bothered because of what it meant religiously. They were accusing Jesus of breaking the law of the elders, which was a law that was passed down by word of mouth. They were accusing Jesus of breaking the law of the elders, which was a law that was passed down by word of mouth. And that's important. Don't forget that. There was also the written law, which Moses received from God. And if you remember, that included the 10 Commandments, as well as 103 other commandments. And then there was the law that was passed down by word of mouth. And it was tricky because sometimes the law that was said was in conflict with the written law. I mean, the whole situation was confusing. So Jesus, he answers these Pharisees and religious leaders in kind of a genius smackdown kind of way. Instead of coming for them directly, he quotes the prophet Isaiah. This is what he says. Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites, as it is written, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teaching are merely human rules." And then, in case it wasn't totally clear what Jesus was getting at, he sums it up this way. You have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human tradition. In other words, Jesus was saying, you're not trying to lead people closer to God. You're looking to make power plays that keep you in charge and keep other people under your control. And that's not the way God works. But then, Jesus continues. He wasn't done. He says, listen to me, everyone, and understand this. Nothing outside of a person can defile them by going into them. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that defiles them. And this is what that means. The fact that the disciples didn't wash their hands doesn't make God mad at them. God is bigger and better than that. You see, back in the day, God gave people the law because he had their best interests in mind. He wasn't trying to keep himself happy by controlling and manipulating their behavior. And Jesus basically says, don't you see that whatever enters the mouth goes into the stomach and out of the body? It's like a biology lesson. What goes in must come out. But what about what comes out of a person's mouth? Those are the things that defile them, which basically just means things that put them in conflict with God. We aren't in conflict with God because we accidentally eat the wrong thing or we don't wash our hands. We are in conflict with God when what comes out of our mouth hurts the people God loves. And spoiler alert, God loves everyone. That was the whole theme of Jesus' teaching, that God loves you, the person beside you, in front of you, behind you, the person next to you at school, beside you in the car, in your neighborhood, and on and on and on. God loves people. In fact, you could say that everything Jesus taught really centered on that idea, how we love God by loving people. But we're not going to stop there. Because when Jesus talks about what puts us in conflict with God, he talked about how the source of our offensive words and deeds is from inside of us. It's the emotions that we're trying to monitor and control. This is what Jesus said. He said, "For it is from within, out of a person's heart, that evil thoughts come." And haven't you found this to be true? Everything begins with a thought. Jesus mentions murder, adultery, greed, malice, deceit, and folly. Every one of those things begins with a thought. And that last word he says, folly, I think that just really sums it up. You see, folly is just bad judgment. And I bet your greatest regrets with friends and family were the result of bad judgment. Anytime you look back and think, how could I have been so silly? Why would I do such a thing? Why did I say that? That's folly. And Jesus is saying all that stuff starts in your thoughts and your emotions. And he cares about what could happen as a result of it. And here's how this is connected to what we're going to talk about for the next couple of weeks. The negative emotion that we try to monitor, the anger that we don't seem to have control over, the FOMO that gets us in trouble and causes regret, the fear that we have and wish we could just chill out a little bit, it comes from our internal environment, our emotions. So for the next couple of weeks, we're going to start paying more attention to the world inside of ourselves, and we're going to try and form a habit of telling ourselves that it doesn't have to control us anymore. Maybe it controlled us in the past. Maybe we let it lead us toward making mistakes and hurting others, but not anymore. We're going to stop giving it that type of power. Now, here's the reality. Emotions aren't always bad. Emotions are part of being human, and they help us figure out what's right and wrong around us. But when they control us and make us do things we don't want to do, when they keep us from living the full life Jesus intended for us, then our emotions aren't helpful anymore, and we have to rethink how we're handling them. Now, to do that, I want us to remember one simple truth, and here it is. Because of Jesus, emotions don't have to be the boss of you. Jesus is a way better boss than any negative emotions you feel. And he can give you the strength to stand up to that emotion that's trying to control you. Now, this may sound a little silly and a little juvenile, maybe a little childish, but I want you to say this in your own mind, not out loud, just in your head. Here's what I want you to say. You're not the boss of me. Some of you, instead of saying that in your mind, you said, that's the most ridiculous childish thing ever. So for real this time, not out loud, just in your head, we're going to say it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. You're not the boss of me. That is a powerful statement, especially when you get more specific. Something like anger. You're not the boss of me. Even if I have a right to be angry. Anger, you're not the boss of me. Jealousy, you're not the boss of me. Even if they have the grades I want and the family I want. Jealousy, you don't get to tell me how I treat them. Fear, you aren't the boss of me. Even if I'm nervous about what people think of me, nervous to show up, nervous about failing, nervous about trying. Fear, you don't get to decide what I do next. You see, the truth is, this doesn't come naturally. We live in a world that doesn't really help us see and talk about the emotions we have going on inside us in a healthy way. We can be made to feel weak or overly sensitive for talking about our emotions, but here's the truth. It's good for all of us to learn how to name what emotions we're experiencing and then learn how to keep them from controlling us. Because when our emotions control us, we end up doing or saying things that hurt ourselves or others. So, 2 things that I'd love for you to try. Try to think of the top 1 or 2 emotions that you have the hardest time controlling. These are the emotions that control you more than you'd like. Maybe it's anger or fear or insecurity. Maybe it's jealousy or greed or anxiety. What is the one emotion that no matter how hard you try, it keeps showing up? And then I want you to start checking in with yourself. This week, I want you to begin by asking yourself at the end of the day, how am I really doing? As you look back on the day, I want you to pay attention to the emotions that were a big part of it. Were they positive or were they negative? If there were some negative ones, are you still holding on to them? What caused you to feel them? Was it a person or was it a situation? Pay attention to the emotions you're holding on to. Are you mad at someone? Did someone say or do something that hurt you? And as uncomfortable as this may feel to do, there's a reason why we start here. Because the feelings we hold on to, they overflow into the lives of the people around us. And that's a big deal. We need to figure out what caused them and how we can handle them. We weren't made to ignore emotions. And we weren't made to become numb to them. You see, if we ignore them, they just come back stronger than ever and start to control us. And if we numb the negative emotions, then we actually numb ourselves to positive ones as well. You see, God didn't create us to not feel things. Feeling is good, even the difficult stuff. We just have to figure out how to do it in a healthy way. Now, if you're a Jesus follower, this is a big deal because emotions aren't meant to be the boss of us. Jesus was meant to be the boss of us, and he's a way better boss. How do I know? Well, in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus said this. He said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And another time, Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." In other words, Jesus is a way better boss than any vibe or emotion that we feel. He's worth listening to when it comes to how we handle the emotions we have. And if you follow him, you'll get to find out for yourself. Remember, because of Jesus, emotions don't have to be the boss of you. And so I want you to imagine if this actually became a reality in your life. What if you were confident that the emotions and moods and vibes that control you are no longer your boss? How different would your world be? Or think about it this way. How different would your home look if the other people in your family didn't let their emotions control them? If your sister didn't let fear control her, if your brother didn't let jealousy control him, if your step-sibling didn't let anger control them, how different would it be? I'm guessing a lot, but I'm also guessing that it isn't easy. That's why we're taking the next 3 weeks to break this down and talk specifically about how we can do this. And we're going to talk about 3 really common emotions that we all deal with. I also want to encourage you to talk to someone, a parent, a Connect group leader, a trusted adult. They'll help you figure out how the real life stuff we're talking about can actually happen in our everyday lives. So this week, I want you to be real when it comes to your emotions with a trusted adult. I think you'll be glad you did. Remember, because of Jesus, your emotions don't have to be the boss of you.
Hey.
Hey, we don't have a name for this, but it is a giveaway. Cue the music. Yeah. Boom. You see? It's Apple. We were sponsored, so we got all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
An iPad Air, another iPad Air, we got an iPad Pro, we got MacBooks and MacBook Pros. No phones though. But this stuff is all still cool. Could be yours for the price of doing what we say. Follow our YouTube channel. Follow our Instagram. Comment on our last post. Anything that you think will give you this. Beautiful prizes. Anything else to add?
Good luck.
And we hope that you get one of these 8 beautiful things. Fist bump. Yeah.